Whoa. Hello. Welcome back to the main channel. It's been a little while. Not really, actually. I put out a vlog going to the midnight launch for the new Zelda. You should go check that out. It's like a 33-minute video, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of creators in it. You'll love it. It's a good time. I was feeling good, being around people with similar interests. It does something, it brings a lot of therapeutic feelings to you. Before I get into the meat and bones of what I want to talk about in this video, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm doing good, a lot better than I have been in the last couple months, honestly. I don't want to get into all the details right now, but I have put the podcast on hiatus. I stopped making them weekly back in February, and I went almost 2 months without making any. But then I did one for the Mario movie, which I really wanted to do one for that, so I was like, all right, I'm feeling good. I guess, and I want to make one for the Mario movie, and I like how that one turned out, and it got a lot of attention. It has a lot more views than a lot of the episodes I've put out in the last couple months, so huge shout out to anyone that's seen that. But the podcast is still on hiatus for the time being, and will continue to be on hiatus at least for another month or two. I'm not ready to bring it back yet, and when I do bring it back, I want it to be more of a full swing kind of thing. I want to record a bunch of episodes in advance, like get those ready to go, and that way I put them out week by week, and that way I can just chill and make more in the background and things like that. I don't want to be crunching to get one out every week or anything like that. I want to have it so that way I can relax and have it be consistent. Maybe not every week, maybe I'll do it like every other week. I'm still not sure on all the details, but the podcast isn't done. I don't want to just say that it's done, but I do need this break for my mental health and also a lot of other shit I've got going on. It's all good things now. I'm feeling a lot more rejuvenated, especially in the last month or so. Things have been going great. I'd like to keep it that way. So I want to live a little bit, honestly, before I dive deep back into the podcast stuff. But in the meantime, I have been putting out YouTube shorts over on that channel. Initially, I was doing that on a separate clips channel, which I'm not going to abandon. I'll probably upload the same stuff on there, just not as consistently. I've started to do so on the podcast channel because that has actually helped the channel a lot. I get way more exposure from that compared to just uploading the podcasts. And I would have started with that initially, but the problem is every kind of video you uploaded on YouTube would go under just one thing. I didn't want to flood the channel with a bunch of shorts mixed in with podcast episodes. So now that YouTube has shorts and live streams as separate tabs on your channel or whatever channel you're looking at, it makes it a lot easier to separate the types of content you're putting out. So it gave me a bit of a reason to put out YouTube shorts on the podcast channel. I was initially putting out like 2 to 3 of them a day. But then as I was running out of them, I was like, oh fuck, I'm not going to be making podcasts again for a little while, so maybe I should slow it down for a bit. But then I realized I just haven't made solo clips for any of the solo episodes that I've been doing. The only clips I was making all this time were for the guest episodes, which granted I was making more of those, but I figured, having 2 people talk, that's more engaging than me just talking to a screen. But honestly, there's tons of potential. And I saw results right away. I did one about Kellen Quinn doing vocal tracks for Sonic Frontiers. That got like 20,000 views. And then another one about Nintendo's history with Universal Studios that I did for the Mario movie podcast. That has 20,000 views. Like, that kind of stuff people are interested in. So I was like, you know what? Let me just start going back to the older solo episodes, even as far back as late 2021, like talking about like the cool stuff of 2021, episode 3. I'll go back to that. I'll start making stuff out of that. I made a couple shorts. They're on TikTok, and they'll be on YouTube shorts in like the coming days, months, weeks. I'm limiting it to just one a day now on the YouTube side of things, just so that way I have a good amount of stuff. Right now I have the already existing clips going up every other day, and I'm mixing in the new ones. So as far as that, I have up until like mid-June, and then as I make more of them, if I include all the ones I have set to go, I have up until like early July of just shorts just ready to go up. So there's a lot of stuff. I mean, if you've already seen the podcast episodes, you're not missing much, but if you want little bite-sized content from me, it's a great way to do so. So you could check that out over on my podcast YouTube channel at Jimmy Mullen Podcast. I will be back soon, I promise. The podcast isn't dead. I get people asking me how it's going. I'm like, I got burnt out from doing it, on top of just a bunch of other stuff I'm dealing with mentally and all sorts of stuff like that. The reason I'm making this video, however, is to let you all know about, I guess, a series I'm kind of bringing back, per se, but none of it's really public on this channel. Those videos are like long gone. I don't even have them anymore. But when I was younger, I used to do videos of me going to stores and showing the things I picked up and things like that. I haven't really done that in a long time. That kind of stuff wasn't really possible for a while because of all the crazy stuff we were all facing as a society, with stores being closed and can't go outside and whatnot. But now the people in charge say the world is back to normal, which, I mean, that's a whole debate. But I wanted to show some stuff I've picked up recently, and even some stuff today, and I'm going to be starting a series where I go out to thrift stores and music stores and video stores, video game stores, all sorts of places, and I'm just gonna be checking out the cool stuff they have. I may or may not buy things, but it'll just be a nice way to showcase that kind of stuff. I'll not only make clips for TikTok, but also stuff for YouTube as well. So there's going to be plenty of stuff coming in the near future. I hope you guys are all excited for that. Before I get into the stuff from today, I wanted to show you guys some other stuff I picked up recently. My girlfriend was in Rochester like a few months ago, and I got a copy of Titanic on VHS that she brought home with her. This is not for me. This is going to Titanic Van 97 when I have enough of them. I only have this one right now. But if you haven't seen, there's a guy on TikTok, and all he does is collect Titanic on VHS. Just the VHS release of Titanic. He's got over 1,400 of them at this point, I believe. When I talked about him on my podcast back in December, I think he had around like 800 copies. Now he has over 1,400. I attempted to actually get him on my podcast a couple months ago, but it didn't work out. We recorded something. It had like tons of connection issues on both ends. And so we're probably gonna redo that. Once I start doing the podcasts again, that'll probably be one of the first ones you see. That's an exclusive for here, so get excited for that. But yeah, I thought I would show that off. Thomas and I are going to combine buying a bunch of these at thrift stores and all sorts of stuff locally, and we're gonna put them all in a big box and send it over to his P.O. box once we have a good amount, once we feel we have a good amount. So be ready, Mr. T-Fan. You're gonna get a big box from us in the near future. What's some other stuff I've picked up recently? I got this. I showed off the other Mario movie stuff I got in the podcast, but this is something I also got. This is the plumber van from the movie. It comes with this little mini Mario, and then like the van like folds out into this like pop open Mushroom Kingdom looking thing or something. I don't really care for that stuff. I kind of just wanted it for the van. I'll probably just throw a little mini Mario in there or something, or I might not even open this. I don't know, but it was on sale on Amazon, so I was like, fuck it, I will get one. I also got some Sonic stuff at Target. I got Mr. Jet the Hawk. They had him. Jakks Pacific has been killing it recently with the Sonic figures, by the way. I also got Big the Cat recently. I started buying the other ones of like the more common characters like Sonic and Tails, because honestly, I want all those figures now. Like, they have enough of them to where it's like, wow, this is like a nice toy line. It's like rivaling Jazzwares, in all honesty. These honestly in a lot of ways might be better than the Jazzwares figures, which is crazy. Like, if they were making quality figures like this back when I was like 10, 11 years old, I would have had a field day. But granted, I missed out on a lot of them too, because I don't have a Blaze figure. Jakks, you gotta make a Blaze figure and I'll be satisfied, because I don't have one of those. They made an Omega figure and a Rouge figure. I have the Omega, I don't have Rouge yet though. And freaking Chaos Zero. There's a fucking Chaos figure, what? I would've killed to have a Chaos figure back when I was a kid. Oh, and also I got this. This is a Sonic Heroes inspired 3-pack of Super Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. They have this like glossy rainbow look to them, and this is, I believe, based on the final boss fight from Sonic Heroes, where they fight the giant metal Sonic. I forgot what it was called. I wish this had Sonic Heroes branding on it. It's just generic Sonic the Hedgehog branding, but still, this is like, this is awesome. It's called the Team Sonic Collection. Like, this shit is nice. Like, I could not pass this up. Like, I will probably not open this, but this is great. Like, Jakks, keep doing shit like this. Better yet, put some specific game branding on it. That'll make them a lot more worth it someday. Like, to collectors, trust me. You're fucking killing it. Like, thank you. You guys already saw the amiibos I got in the vlog. Nothing new there. They're sitting back there though. You can see them. Actually, this one I did not get at the Nintendo store because I had a Best Buy pre-order for it. Majora's Mask Link and the Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo I didn't get at the Nintendo store because I had a Best Buy pre-order. That is so cool. All right, now for the stuff from today. We got a good amount of stuff here. I went to the library and I went to the thrift store, and I don't really go there very often at all, but I will probably end up going there a lot more, in all honesty, even though I'll probably leave empty-handed most of the time now that I bought all of the Blu-rays that they had. We're gonna go through the library stuff first. The reason I went to the library was because one, it gives me something to do, and two, I want to build an iTunes library of like a bunch of classic CDs and like albums that I love and all that. As much as I love Spotify, they tend to, like, you know, because it's streaming, any of that stuff can just go away at any time. But even though while I don't technically own these things, I was able to have a physical CD. It's like the next best thing. And a lot of the albums that I am going to, you know, borrow from the library, I do plan on purchasing at one point in time, especially since two of the ones I got had issues, so I will more than likely be getting the albums anyway. First one here had no issues. This is 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. This is one of my favorite 2016 albums. Anytime Bruno Mars drops an album, it's a fucking banger. So, and then these ones, I got The Getaway from Red Hot Chili Peppers, also from 2016 actually. This one of the songs, I think it's this Ticonderoga. The only issue I noticed with this CD when I played it back, it has the next song, Encore, that plays like within the same track, and then for some reason it like starts over once it actually gets to Encore, overlaps or something. So yeah, this had a little bit of issues. And then I was so disappointed because the only issue with this, Thriller by Michael Jackson, was that the first track, Wanna Be Starting Something, it just skips like hell, like midway through the song. So of course, yeah, you get what you pay for, which is $0.00 when you borrow things from the library. So obviously I'm not expecting them to be pristine, but you know, I will more than likely inform them on it. I'm sure they probably are aware that their CDs aren't the best, and it's like, yeah, you get what you pay for. I'm probably gonna go like once a week and, you know, exchange out different CDs and just do that. Maybe I'll bring you along for that as well. The goal is to make a big iTunes library and then buy an iPod and then get like an expanded hard drive on that iPod, and then just have like a big library of songs to choose from. I also do buy CDs though, like I mentioned, so it's not like I'm just renting out CDs or anything like that. Like, no, I actually do collect them. I don't have that many right now. I did buy these at the thrift store though. I got Smash Mouth, Astro Lounge. This is a great. The only two songs I've ever heard off of this, at least before I got this, are of course, All Star from Shrek and Can't Get Enough of You Baby, because everyone knows that one. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I do plan on doing so. Also, the thrift store had a 50% off sale on disc media, so anything that was like a movie or a CD, everything was 50% off. So I spent like $7.50 on all the stuff I got. So it was marked 99 cents. I paid like 50 cents for it. And then, funny story with this one, NSYNC, No Strings Attached. I figured, okay, I'm gonna get Bye Bye Bye, and it's gonna be May. Come to put it in my computer, it's the NSYNC album from 1997, not the one I thought I was purchasing. I popped it open before I bought it, and I was like, oh cool, NSYNC. Like, I didn't think anything of it, but yeah. So I have to somehow buy a empty case for the 1997 album, and then buy disc only for the No Strings Attached album. So I'm not like rushing to do that, but like that's something I will have to do at some point, I guess. So now I have a copy of the 97 album, which I wasn't planning on, but now it gives me a reason to listen to it, I guess. And now for the movies. Got some movies here. To start out, these were marked at $1.99 a piece. These 4 Blu-rays that I'm about to show you, I've never seen any of them. I got them because they were cheap, and it gives me a reason to watch them now. So first up, we have Transformers Dark of the Moon. This is the 3rd Transformers movie. I have not, like I said, haven't seen any of these, so I do want to go see the new Transformers when that comes out, Rise of the Beasts. Now I have an easier way to watch the 3rd one. From what I've heard, it like alternates between like good Transformers movie and like bad one, from like the even number ones are the terrible ones, and then like the odd number ones are like just okay or something, from what I've heard. And I've heard Bumblebee is pretty underrated. As for this one specifically, I have no idea what the quality of this one is, and I'm interested to find out. So I actually got 2 movies that star Shia LaBeouf. This one is The Greatest Game Ever Played, which is a Disney movie I've never seen. I also got The Green Hornet, starring Seth Rogen, Jay Chow, Christoph Waltz, and Cameron Diaz. This one has a nice sticker on it that says, "Try 3 free months of your favorite magazines. Offer expires October 15th, 2011. So this is an older Blu-ray. I have not seen this movie, but I've heard good things. I've heard it's a pretty good one. So I will have to check it out. And I guess this was a Best Buy Blu-ray because it has this little augmented reality advertisement saying it's a Best Buy exclusive. So that's cool. And it ended up in a thrift store. I showed this to my friends. They're like, "Why the fuck did you buy this?" I was like, because why not? Green Lantern. Starring Ryan Reynolds. I heard this movie was fucking terrible, which is why I never went out of my way to watch it. Now I have a reason to watch it. Will I hold on to this? I don't know. Maybe it'll end up back in that thrift store. I have no idea until I watch it. Or maybe I'll just keep it because I can be like, "You guys want to watch a terrible fucking movie?" And I just pop this baby in. I have a couple movies like that, honestly. And sometimes I like to torture myself with movies. So there's that. Here's a good movie though. But for some reason Disney did this thing where they put Blu-rays and DVDs like together, but in DVD cases, and not the other way around, like it should be. So this is a Blu-ray, a Diamond Edition, but it comes in a DVD case. Like you open it up, right? And first thing, it's got the Blu-ray disc and then the DVD. So I don't know what's up with that. I didn't know that till I started collecting, and I wanted to avoid these. But like this was $1.99, and I don't have Peter Pan. I actually just recently put all of my most of my DVDs alongside my Blu-rays. I used to have them in my closet in a bag, and they've just been sitting in there rotting. So putting them on my shelf will give me a better reason to watch them. 4 years ago, I went to a garage sale. It was like it was a couple that was moving, and they had a bunch of DVDs, and they were just like, you could just take them. So I took them, and most of them I have not watched, and they've just been sitting in my closet for about 4 years now. I'm going to put them on my shelf, which will give me more of an incentive to watch them. I probably still won't, but I don't want to hold on to them forever, so eventually I'm going to have to go through them. I have seen Peter Pan, though, once. I will probably end up watching it again at some point, but it was $1.99. And then the last thing was a Finding Nemo DVD. I have the Blu-ray, but this was my classic nostalgic purchase of the day because this was my Finding Nemo DVD. Not my specific copy, but I had this Finding Nemo DVD growing up. Problem was, did not have a slip, and then when I opened this in the thrift store, I saw it with the slip. I was like, no way. I opened it. It had the insert on the inside, which I don't even remember my DVD ever having the insert. I probably lost it or something as a little kid. I didn't really take good care of my things. But yeah, those are my purchases for the day. I'm going to be doing a series now where I go to different stores and I showcase things I buy and things like that as a bit of a way to, document my adventures going to these places. And that way I can look back at these videos and be like, oh, I went to this one day. It seems like small in the moment, but I look back and, even stuff from back then, back a couple of years ago, stuff that's like on this channel you can watch. I look back and I'm like, wow, I thought I was miserable back then. I had it good. In all seriousness though, I am doing a lot better. A lot of the stuff I've been thinking about is just like, I've wasted a lot of time over the last few years doing this and that. I want to be able to manage my time better because tomorrow isn't guaranteed for any of us, and I'm tired of being miserable. I don't want to be miserable anymore. I'd much rather be able to go out and do things and, you know, see my friends and, you know, meet new people. Going to the midnight launch for Zelda was so therapeutic for me because I was around people that, you know, were into the same stuff as me, and I was able to bond, and I made a bunch of connections, and I met new people. I made appearances on other people's YouTube channels. That was cool. So, like, yeah, man, like, it was great, and I want to do more stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna end up at LI Retro again this year. I go every year. I'm sure I'll be there. I'm gonna be doing lots of thrift store shopping, retro game store shopping, all sorts of stuff like that. And I want to bring you guys along. I want to make main channel stuff again. I've mainly been doing the podcast the last year and a half. I kind of want to rejuvenate the main channel again because, granted, I have a lot more following on this channel, and I neglect it. I'm gonna, you know, make stuff on here for the time being, and then I'll bring the podcast back like mid-summer, that kind of time period. I'm not entirely sure when. I will keep you guys updated on that. I'll make a video here saying the podcast is back and all that sort of stuff. Maybe I'll put a little trailer together or something. Who knows? I will say, though, just, you know, please be patient. I have gotten a lot of kind words from when I did make the announcement on social media and stuff like that. So thank you for all the kind words you guys have given me. It means a lot more than you think. There have been a lot of days where I'm like, you know, no one really cares about how I feel or anything. A lot of my confidence was just torn away from me for a good while there. But honestly, I've been feeling really rejuvenated, and I feel a lot better nowadays. And I'd like to keep going with that. So hopefully, you know, for the future, I can continue to do that and continue to put smiles on your faces and talk about my interests. Despite a lot of the people around me not understanding it, I know that you guys do. So thank you for all your support. Be sure to check out the vlog I talked about, you know, the midnight launch and all that. And if you didn't even know I had a podcast, you should go check it out. I have like around 50 episodes you can check out. I want to bring that back pretty soon. You know, if you miss the people I made videos with in high school, a lot of them are in those podcasts, you know, so it was a good way to catch up with a lot of them, especially after the pandemic. And yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you all enjoyed this video, just me talking about stuff I bought and spent money on irresponsibly. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I tweet sometimes. That's probably one of the best ways to stay up to date on content. I can just put out a tweet instead of just, you know, grabbing the camera and making a video that like no one will see or anything. But yeah, like I said, that'll wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Means a lot. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Take it easy. Peace.